I have another carrot cake recipe for you today, but today it's for cinnamon rolls. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Hey everyone, it's Dorothy with crazyforcrust.com and welcome back to my kitchen. We're talking about cinnamon rolls today that taste like carrot cake. These are an epic mashup that I created years and years ago, and they continue to be a favorite even today. For more delicious desserts and easy recipes, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Now let's get in the kitchen. Now this is a yeasted cinnamon roll, so we're gonna place 3/4 of a cup of warm water, that's about 100 to 110 degrees, along with a tablespoon of active dry yeast and 1/4 of a cup of granulated sugar in a measuring cup. And stir that together, and then you're gonna let the yeast wake up or proof. We gotta let it wake up and get all nice and foamy. And you can see after about 5 minutes, it gets nice and foamy. And so then we're ready to mix our cinnamon roll dough. At that point, go ahead and place your proofed yeast in the bowl of a stand mixer. We're gonna use a dough hook in the stand mixer for this. And to this, I'm gonna add 1 large egg, along with 1/3 of a cup of vegetable oil and 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. Then I'm going to add a cup of flour into this and add it to my mixer. Along with the dough hook. The dough hook helps to knead it so that it makes it way easier and a lot less work on my end. And then you're gonna just mix that, adding more flour, up to 3 total cups until the dough comes together. It will be kind of sticky and very soft, but it will come together into a nice uniform dough. Again, you can add another cup of flour at a time. You're gonna wanna use between 2.5 and 3 cups of flour. Once the dough all comes together, you're gonna place it into a bowl and let it rise until it's doubled in size for about an hour. And then once that happens, that's when we're going to put it onto a cutting board or work surface that's been floured, and we're going to kind of knead it and push it around until we're ready to roll it out. So make sure that you let it rise in a nice warm spot. That will make sure that it will double in size pretty quickly, about an hour or so. And then once you have your dough, it'll be nice and fluffy at this point. You just wanna press it all together until it's nice and uniform. And then you're gonna roll the dough out into a rectangle that's about 12 by 15 inches. I'm doing this on a floured surface so that it's easier to roll it up so it doesn't stick. Then we're gonna make our filling with 1/2 of a cup of packed brown sugar, a tablespoon of ground cinnamon, 1/2 of a teaspoon of ground ginger, 2 teaspoons of all-purpose flour. Stir that together, and to that I'm gonna add 1/2 of a cup of grated carrots. Now make sure to grate them yourself. Don't use the store-bought grated carrots. Those are a lot harder. I prefer grating them myself because they're softer and fresher. Just stir that in, and then we're going to fill our cinnamon rolls. So to fill the cinnamon rolls, you're going to need 3 tablespoons of melted unsalted butter. And you're just gonna brush that melted butter all over that cinnamon roll dough. You can pour it on and then use a pastry brush to just brush it evenly. You want it all the way to the edges, all over that cinnamon roll dough so that the filling is gonna stick and will go all the way to the edges, and every single cinnamon roll will be nice and full of that filling. Once you have all that butter on there, then you're going to go ahead and evenly spread your filling all over the center of the rolls. So I'm just gonna pour my filling on here. I'm gonna use my hands to spread it out so you have filling in every single bite. You wanna go all the way to the edges and all the way around the dough so that every bite of cinnamon roll has that flavor in it. Then you're simply just gonna roll up the dough, roll it as tight as possible. We're rolling it up here from the short side. You can do it from the short or the long side. It depends on how many cinnamon rolls you want to make. Just roll it up as tight as you possibly can. And then it's time to slice the rolls. Now you can slice it into 9 slices if you want big cinnamon roll, 12 slices if you want smaller ones. It's up to you how big your cinnamon rolls are. And at this point, you can decide if you wanna bake them now or if you want to bake them later. So either way, we're gonna place these into a 9 by 13 inch pan that's sprayed with nonstick cooking spray to let them rise again. But you can either let them rise and then bake them right away, or you can cover them with plastic wrap and place them in the refrigerator overnight so you don't have to do all this work in the morning. You can just get up in the morning and bake it. So either way, put them into a 9 by 13 inch pan that's been sprayed with nonstick cooking spray. If you're gonna bake them right away, you're gonna let them rise until they're doubled in the pan. And don't forget the cream cheese frosting. Cream cheese and carrot cake go together like peanut butter and jelly. While they're baking, we're gonna make that frosting. For the frosting, you need 4 ounces of cream cheese and 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Make sure they're both softened or room temperature. And to that, I'm gonna add 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. I'm gonna mix this in slowly so it doesn't get everywhere and doesn't fly everywhere. And you're gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and it's gonna make a nice fluffy cream cheese frosting because cream cheese frosting goes so well with carrot cake. I like to just eyeball my vanilla extract. You can accurately measure it if you prefer, but you want about a teaspoon. Just mix it together until it's nice and smooth and it's ready to frost the rolls. And once the rolls are baked, they'll be nice and golden brown and cooked through. And then you're going to frost those with that cream cheese icing. You can see how puffy and big and delicious these are. These are so good with that frosting. And you can see how gooey these are and that fluffy dough. This is gonna be the perfect brunch or breakfast recipe. It's gonna be perfect for Easter, anytime in spring. You can even make these at any holiday. For anyone who loves carrot cake, they are going to love these. Leave me a comment and let me know your favorite way to make carrot cake, and keep watching for even more desserts.